What's up, everybody? Just want to make a quick video here on the Mike Glover case. As some of you know, I did a video talking about GBRS, talking about Cole, talking about DJ, them as a company, them as human beings, and how I didn't support them anymore because of all the things that have been happening with them, that they end up being, dirt bags, and I want nothing to do with them. And then I also reported on the Mike Glover case and put up, screenshots of the arrest report and all that sort of stuff. And then gave my thoughts about him and said that, if this is indeed what happened, that I will no longer support him or Fieldcraft anymore. So I wanted to give an update on that case for a lot of you that don't know. Mike posted a video about a week ago on his own personal YouTube page. He is home. He is out of jail. And he confirmed today via Twitter that all the charges have been dismissed against him. So he's no longer looking at, battery, aggravated assault, domestic violence, any of those things, especially as felonies. They've all been dropped. He said he's not out of the woods just yet, still has a lengthy uphill battle with the court system and the justice system, but that he's hoping that, things can start to move in a positive direction. And today's ruling was really the first step in the right direction for him. And so I'm hoping that's the case, right? I'm hoping that's the case. This is a guy that I followed for a long time, that I've supported. I've supported Fieldcraft. I promoted Fieldcraft. I've talked about, them as individuals, as a company. And so I'm hoping that that's the case. You never want to see something like this happen again. And so for me, this video is, righting or correcting a wrong, my sort of apology, even though I didn't say anything that I made up or conjured up or anything like that. I just said what was reported by the police department, by the justice system, by the state of Utah. I talked about those things. I didn't talk about anything else. So, I'm apologizing that, for that part, I was wrong. I didn't make anything up. It was no fault of my own. I was just saying what had been reported, and I posted, the actual, the arrest report on the video. So it was nothing that I made up. So where does that leave us? Well, first off, what happened? How do we go from Mike was angry and broke down the door and broke his girlfriend's wrist and all this kind of stuff, to her saying none of that happened, her saying that she was in a motorbike accident and hurt her wrist and maybe that was it, to her not having a broken wrist at all, to Mike not breaking down the door. When people went back to the house, they saw that the door wasn't broken down, to, Mike didn't violate the protection order. How did we get there? Well, somebody lied, somebody made something up, somebody twisted something, somebody exaggerated something. Now, and it's appearing that there was the officers. It looks like, Mike, being the controversial figure that he is, when they had an opportunity to go after him, they tried to exaggerate things and throw everything at him so they could try and bring him down and ruin his life. That's what it appears. Now, does this stuff happen? Sure, it happens. Is it more on the rare side than it is, the side that always happens? Yeah, it is. So from my perspective, I'm not thinking any of that's going on. But as we've gone on here the last month or so, it appears that is indeed what happened. So for Mike's sake, I hope that he's able to repair his reputation, get his life together, spend time with his family, get his family back together. That's the most important thing. And then from that, I hope he can get back to Fieldcraft, get back to what he was doing, and get back to building that company to help people, learn and become more prepared, for life's situations. That's what I hope. So I'm sorry for, saying what had happened, what was reported. I was wrong about it. And before any of you go, I told you so, you guys didn't know shit either. You didn't know anything more than I did. You didn't have any more information than I had. So it's easy to just sit there and be a fanboy and say, you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong, when you didn't know anything, right? So that's the point. I reported what was reported, and it ended up being wrong. So that's a lesson for me in that the justice system, that police officers, that all these people, that if they want to be against you and they want to try and stack a case against you or ruin your life, that it can't happen. So that's the lesson I'm taking away from this. I hope that's the lesson you take away from this. Still, something's a little bit weird for me about this whole thing, how we go from these things happening to the girlfriend saying none of them happened, to none of this stuff happening. Like, something's off. Something doesn't make sense with that. It's not just the police reporting and then them trying to stack the case. It's what she said or didn't say to how we got here. Like, something is weird there. And I'm not going to speculate what those reasons are or what that is. I'm just saying something is weird about that. So, you know, maybe more details will come out about this here in the near future. But as of right now, Mike is out. He still has a lengthy battle. I hope he sues the police department, the officers, the Justice Department, the state of Utah. I hope he goes after everybody for trying to ruin his life and ruin his, you know, his reputation. I hope that's what he does. I'm not telling him what to do. I'm not offering any legal advice. I'm just saying I hope that's what happens, because I think he's got a good case, obviously, with everything being dismissed. So as far as the GBRS stuff goes, I don't have anything really more to say about that. I don't feel any different than I did in that video about those guys or that company. But, you know, I am, you know, supporting Mike and Fieldcraft through this. I'm hoping that things go well for him. I'm hoping that he gets his life back together. He said he's been taking anxiety medication. He lost about 20 or 25 pounds in jail and really had like a come to Jesus moment in there about his faith and whatnot. So he's trying to build himself from the inside out as a man to fix his family and fix his life and fix his company. So I'm hoping that's what happens for him. So that's my take on this. Again, I hope the best for Mike. I hope the best for Fieldcraft. I hope the best for his family. So, and that's what I'm hoping and praying for him. So, that's it. I just wanted to kind of make a quick video on, you know, kind of where we're at, kind of where I'm at with the whole thing, as I know that video had a lot of views. It has been obviously taken down with all of the new information that has been released, because there's no need to talk about things in the past that are no longer active, relevant, or seem to be right. So it's not me being a coward. It's just, it doesn't make sense to leave that up and have people talk about something that happened a month ago when we have all this new information that has come out. So subscribe to the channel, give it a thumbs up. Go watch Mike's video if you haven't. You know, pray for him and his family, for his company, and hope that he comes out, you know, on the right side, the winning side of this, because it sounds like everything he's been through, he obviously deserves it. So that's it for me, and until the next one, I'm out of here.